I'm Tamara Boynton Howard, and we're back diving a little bit deeper in Write Your Life Right, a guided journal, which is essentially a workshop in a journal format. So, this evening, October 16th, 2023, we'll be talking about our coming up with our agenda. And coming up with our agenda is actually, it says step one, but it's really a couple of steps within the process. So, first, you're going to write down everything that's in your mind because a lot of times we get clouded, right? We have these surface level thoughts that are clouding our agenda. Um, and you need an agenda to give you focus and direction. If you think about any meeting that you go to, there's usually an agenda. And if there isn't an agenda, it's usually some tomfoolery and foolishness, and it could have been an email. Okay? So, no one wants to be in a meeting with yourself and it's sucking the life out of you. This process should give you an opportunity to feel inspired, rejuvenated, reignited. Um, so, for example, I would take about 5 minutes and just write on a piece of paper everything that comes to mind. And if you're feeling good about it, or if like you're feeling comfortable with this, write for 10 minutes and see how far you can push yourself in that writing. Um, Oftentimes, what happens for me, I'm not saying this happens for everybody, what happens for me is I'll start writing about one thing, and when I get to the end of my 10 minutes, I've written about something completely different. Um, because I've allowed myself to just go with what was in my head instead of trying to think about what I'm writing and write it. I just allowed what came up to I just wrote it. So I wasn't censoring my thoughts or censoring anything that went on the paper. And I think that's the most important part because then you get to ask yourself, like, why haven't I done this? What's holding me back from this? Um, some other questions I might ask myself to even to get started is what do I need? Sometimes somebody might say, oh, I need $1 million. Okay, that's fine. But is that truly what your mind and your heart is saying? Is that what your gut is saying? Like, what do you need? What do you want, even? Um, and then a lot of times, the reason we don't have those things is we don't have an agenda and there's something holding us back from that agenda, right? So, like, it could be something as simple as I don't believe that I actually deserve that. I know that sucks. That sucks. Or I don't believe that it's possible. Like I was talking to a group. I was in a workshop, and I was talking to a group, and they were talking about like you can't take vacation. And I was like, you absolutely can take vacation. If you have vacation time, you can take vacation. Well, I'm part time, so I don't have vacation time, and full time people have vacation. Actually, they don't have vacation either. So, what are you actually complaining about? And if you're working part time, what do you need vacation for? Like, let me give y'all some context. I'm talking about professors. Like, if you are a part time professor and you're teaching one class a quarter, does that make sense that you would accrue vacation time? I don't know. It just was wild to me, right? But I was like, there are companies who actually force their employees to take vacation. Like those companies exist. Because if you're at work complaining that you should be on vacation and we're less than a month into school, you should go take that vacation so no one has to hear you whine. I know, easier said than done. But one of my friends in education, when I tell you if there was a conference, she was there. It's a professional development. She was there. A workshop. She was there. And it'd be all over the state, all over the country. She was there. I'm just saying. I'm not saying tell you what to do. I'm just telling you what I've seen other people do. Okay. Anywho, so why haven't you done it yet? What stories are you believing? If you believe that you don't deserve a vacation, because I brought up how like we have online learning, and like 1 week of you having class with your students on Zoom, it's not gonna. The world is not gonna end. Um, what parts of yourself need to evolve? And these are questions that are in the workbook. Are you thinking big enough? Because honestly, a vacation is not even what I would be thinking of. I would be wanting something like $2 million in the bank, just unrestricted, tax free money. That's what I want. I don't know if I want that. Like that's just me throwing that out, right? But if I'm gonna think about something big, like why a vacation that I still have to pay for, I don't know. That's just me. And that's the other thing. Like you can't worry about how other people are gonna perceive your dream. Like not even me, right? Like you cannot be like, oh well, Tamara thinks that's a bad idea. So what? My mama think that's a bad idea. Good for her. My partner thinks that's a bad idea. And this is why you have to keep stuff to yourself. Because you don't need their opinions on nothing that ain't came to fruition yet. Okay? That's all I'm saying. Um, and it's very easy for people to become judgmental. Right. So once you write that out and dig deeper into that to see like, okay, how does this come about? Why am I here? How do I get out of this space? Then you can set your agenda. That is going to tell you what you need to do. And that's the first step in the Write Your Life Right process. All right. Well, that's all I got for you tonight. All right. Peace out.